I want to share a concept with you for you to think about and see whether it feels true for you or not. The concept is don't let anything get in between you and God or get in between you and your true nature. What could get in between you and God or you and your true nature? A bunch of ideas about what I am, what God is, what my true nature is. That's what can get in between us. Many, many years ago, I was in my early 20s. I had come back to America from living in a meditation ashram. And I started partying. I was going to school part time, working part time, and partying part time. And I remember driving from Austin, Texas with a bunch of my friends. We went down to Houston to go to a Beastie Boys concert. I drank a bunch of beer, got decently drunk, had a fun time at the concert. And then we drove to the beach and we walked out in the sand at night, and the moon was up in the sky, sparkling on the water and the sound of the waves. And it was so peaceful. And I became filled with a spiritual feeling. And I wanted to start chanting a devotional chant that I'd learned in India. It's a chant that always kind of broke my heart open and filled me with a feeling of devotion. And as I stood there on the beach and this urge to start chanting was coming up in me, I stopped myself because I thought, wait a second, I just went to a Beastie Boys concert. I'm drunk. I'm smoking cigarettes. I I can't chant. I've got to wait until I'm sober and I'm all pure and there's some incense burning in the room and I've been doing yoga or something before I can chant. And then I just had this thought, you know what? I want to chant to God and I don't care if I'm drunk or not. And I ended up wading out into the waves up to like my knees or something. I had walked away from my friends so they didn't think I was totally crazy. And I started chanting this devotional chant, and my heart broke open. And in fact, being drunk, it disinhibited me, and my heart broke open even more. And I just was standing there, tears running down my face, looking at the moon over the ocean, chanting to God, crying, and just overwhelmed with a feeling of love and connection for God. That's what I'm talking about when I say don't let anything get in between you and what you really are and what reality really is. I don't care if you're in a floor of a grimy public restroom shooting up heroin. God is actually right there, just loving you without any kind of restriction, understanding you without any kind of restriction. Your true nature is there also. Why build a wall made out of concepts? Today, I was listening to some Megadeth. It's an 80s heavy metal band. I found it on my computer. I didn't even realize that I had it. And I don't think I ever listened to Megadeth when I was a teenager in the 80s when it came out. And I recently kind of realized, wow, there's some really cool songs on this album. And today I was flying up the highway, cranking Megadeth. And there was this moment where I just wasn't there anymore, in the sense of there wasn't a person in my body. It was just me, hands on the steering wheel, wind flowing into the car, rocking out with Megadeth. And this silence rose up in my body and just grabbed me, it just took hold of me and took me away, took the ego image, uh, whatever the ego image was at that moment when this happened. Maybe look how cool I am rocking Megadeth in my sports car. And instead there was just this openness, this open window to presence. that is utterly silent. There's no one there. It's just like the energy of a smile radiating out of my heart, radiating out of the void through my heart into my car, into my body. Listening to 80s heavy metal did not stop that experience. Why would it? You can be on your deathbed, riddled with cancer, high on drugs that they're giving you for the pain, filled with all sorts of nasty chemicals that they're trying to kill the cancer with, your body completely shutting down, and you can be one with God in that state. What's Megadeth going to do to you? What's being drunk going to do to you? Nothing, unless we have a concept that says it can do something, that it can block us. Why? Why let anything block us from what we are?